So as you can see, my hair is growing just more and more and more. Like it was so low, like this short, and now it's like getting taller, getting longer, and eventually it'll lay flat and be long and beautiful. I mean, it still is beautiful. It's cute. I have a cute hairstyle, from what people tell me. Um, well, I just wanna. This series is going to be a little more in depth. The first series was more about questions and wanting to make a space and room to get to know me, because there's so many people in the world and that you meet and that you hang out with or you went to school with, and other people that are plugging in and you want to know more about you and what's going on and how things are going and what you've been up to. And it's important to build that foundation first so that when they do jump into a video, then they already have a background of what you're all about, what you're aiming for, your goals, your dreams, your passions, and what's important to you so they can decide whether they want to continue to watch you and see if what they like and that they want is something that is close to where you're going as well. And you want to meet people that's on the same path you're going towards and that are like minded. It definitely makes it easier to have common ground. And so last series was just getting to know me, getting to know more about who I am, and just questions after questions after questions that I've received and wanted to answer. So this time it's going to be more focused on what I'm doing and what I'm doing as far as preparing and what I'm learning as I'm in this preparation phase before I do so much more that I have, written down on my checklist of things I would love to do. And now my greatest influence is church. I go to two churches, and one is Baptist, one is Pentecostal, and I really love both. I really love at one of the churches. It's a small group. It's a small group, and they have lessons and Bible studies, and we read books there. We watch videos on how to be a follower of Christ, and I've done devotions and journaling, and you also read Bible verses and scriptures and memorize them. And then we also have homework assignments too that we do, and that we're also, I had just finished doing a fundraiser, so that we can go to a Christian event as a team. And it's been a great experience because I've gotten closer with them and with the group. And because it's a small group, you're able to talk with them more one on one and discuss interests and hobbies and things that we do at home and what takes up our day. And last the last session I was in, it was based on media and how media affects and influences you. So I was thinking that, you know, the much the most media that they put out there, they probably spend like 25 million to 50 million a year just to post media and commercials, advertisements, music, things like that. But it's actually over 50 billion, and I was surprised. I was like, wow, they are very about um, going towards the youth especially, and we were talking about how it influences you and how you want to be wise and use discernment and have positive messages that you're listening to, reading to, because each and every person that you listen to, whether it's an artist, a model, an actor, um, a director, that's like a showcase of who they are and what they are doing in their lives at that time or what that reflects. It doesn't mean that if someone is in a horror film, that means they're a scary person in real life. But just as far as sending messages, filling your mind with positive, so that you won't get in the habit of saying negative things, doing negative things, influencing others in a negative way. So you don't want to do that. You want to be building up each other and growing together and helping as many people as you can, and in whatever situation or step in life that they're taking. And you want to make sure that you are on the right path and that you're doing the right thing, so that when others come along and then it's like, okay, well, that's, I see how that's going. I want to be a part of that too. What ways can I, you know, become a better person and have more fruits flowing that are fruitful and good. And so we were how much TV we watch, how much music we watch each week, how many hours, things like that. It was very interesting, and most of us had the same type of shows or movies that we liked and watched as a group, so it was very easy. It was effortless to talk and express, our thoughts and feelings and desires and what we want to get out of the class. Um, and again, it's a small group, so it's very nice to have that. And then we had homework assignment of how do we be a follower instead of a fan? Like, why is it better to be a follower of Christ than just a fan on the sidelines? And you don't want to stumble. You want to make sure you're doing the right thing and that you're on the right path. You're on the right track. So, and then you also meet more people that are interested in the same things as you. And it makes it so much easier when you have conversations that are positive, that are good, that are kind, that are supportive, that are not centered on me, or trying to take advantage or try to get something in return in a negative way. And you want to be around people that have your best interests and aren't trying to lure you into the wrong direction, or to build relationships with people and then they're not who they say they are. So it's very good that I've been in in class and learning, and I've always loved church, and I've always been very close to God, and so it's definitely helpful, like when you have things that you're doing and that you have others to build on that, instead of just not doing anything and then not having any goals or dreams or passions or anyone to help you in your spiritual growth. So that's very important. Your spiritual growth is very important. And so I love that. And then we're going to do more fundraisers, so I'm excited about that. So, and then also there's going to be Vacation Bible School for a week. Um, later in the summer that I'm going to be attending. And when you're finished with it, it's a few hours each day, like an evening time. And when you're finished with the series, like the Vacation Bible School, you receive a certificate for it. I did Vacation Bible School when I was younger. I believe one or a few times, and so I'm excited to be going as an adult with the group. There's like a youth one, there's an adult one, so I can go to either one. So I'm looking forward to that and just developing close friendships with them. And also, the other church I attend to is very fun and exciting and high energy, and it's very supportive. They treat you like your your family, and they have so many activities there, and it's not just okay, you're just here for a few minutes, get a lesson, and then they're out the door. It's a larger group, and it's focused on the youth, and they train you to minister to people, and they do a lot of things, and they always have guest speakers come in and teach lessons and share their testimonies and how they live their life and what helps them and what works for them. And they're showing you ways on to help each other as an individual, but also as a team and as a group and as a family. So there's different people that have different stories, and they just share their lives with you, and they're very positive, strong, spiritually strong people, and who love Jesus and are on fire for God. And this is their mission, this is their hope, this is their dream to want to be surrounded by the youth. So it's very it's definitely a blessing for sure. And how I got involved was from people that I know, and they were very good people that I know, and they were just I was telling them that I love acting and modeling and dancing. I have a lot of experience in that field. I've done musical theater, drama, news production, film and entertainment, um, chorus, choir. I also do that too as well, and would go on tours in school to perform as a team at Disney, things like that. Go to concerts, talent shows, talent showcases, galas, things like that. And so I was like, I really want to get plugged in, and but also be plugged into a team that is focused on being supportive, has a positive message, and what better way than to get it from church? So I'm like, yes, like that's me. Like this is what I want to do, and they have dancing there, and they also act and put on skits and shows and minister to the youth and the kids. And so they're training me, and I'm helping out and doing my part and being expressive. You definitely can be expressive, and they teach about like not being silent or being at the wayside and just not participating at all. Like you're here to learn and grow and to be closer to each other and to strengthen your walk in God in Christ. So it's definitely very, very beneficial, and being around, surrounded by people that are on fire for God and that have the same mind as you and that love to have fun. And so they have day camps, and it's in the summertime, so I'm so glad that I'm able to be a part of it and to also intercede for people there and for our community and things like that, and for families and other people to places that we're going to be going to. So I'm hoping that later this year that I can go. on praying that I can go on a mission trip this year, like near the end of the year, and just been learning so much, about healing, about um, steps on how to grow closer to God. We do prayer and worship all the time, and they also give us lines and lyrics memorized so we are ready to come in at kids' church and just speak to them. And so it's not just you're coming in and you're learning, but they're training you to be leaders and follow in their footsteps so that you can be strong as a leader and you know be in that position to help others that were like you when you were a kid and going through things and being inspired and motivated and wanting to fall that much closer to Christ because of the good works that they see in church. So it's been really great. I have homework assignments there too, and it's really fun because I've always loved studying, learning, and whether it's being in school, taking online classes, I love doing that. I also watch a lot of online for acting coaches and casting directors and just preparing myself and practicing to be better and so that when I do pursue that and I can just go for it and be like, hey, this is what I'm involved in now and this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I've been featured in a commercial before, a fitness commercial, and that was very fun. And also, creating videos also and being around people and talking with them, a lot of people, and interacting and participating in events and activities definitely builds you and grows you as a person and builds your character. And you don't want to just be a wallflower just sitting there and just observing, which you want to feel like you're a part of the group, not just an outsider. And no one treats you like an outsider. They treat you as an equal. They treat you as a loved one, and that you are a precious person in God's kingdom. So that's very great. And I've just been studying ever since I got my lines. Been studying, been recording, and rehearsing as much. And I memorized a lot, and I can memorize easily, especially in dance and skits and things like that. So um, I've been watching the other members in the youth perform and do their shows because they're going on a mission trip this summer. So I'm just been watching them and learning from them and learning the dances that I need to learn so I can do my part in it as well. So it's very fun, and I'm so glad to be filled, getting spiritually fed, and to have conversations that are positive. And you definitely want that in life. And so, if you need something, just try something that you feel is positive. That's you. Um, and like going to church, getting books. Sometimes people can go to church and then find a reason to not go or stop going for a while because they just don't feel like they're getting anything out of it. Um, and the same thing, like if you're at work, sometimes people work and they just start losing interest in it or feeling like they don't want to go every day, or so they either find days to not go or they just quit altogether and just not do anything. So it definitely requires a lot of participation from my part to do and be a part of, and dedication, because they're wanting people that they can rely on to help out in the church. So it's definitely a great experience for me to build on, and there's so many churches out there that provide many different things, and so you want to do your research, you want to call, you want to talk to people that go there and see how they like it and what activities they have or programs they have, what they do for the community, what they do for the youth, um, what services they provide for adults, how long are their services, um, when they have church, and where it's at, the location. So there's so many different churches out there, and I've been to a lot. But there were definitely a few that um, very that I was very committed and dedicated to, that felt like a family there. So I had one in Tampa when I was living over there and in a different area. And so now that I'm in a different city, I can definitely stay plugged in and be filled and spiritually fed all week long. And then when in your downtime, devotions, Bible reading, prayer, worship. So those are very important things to have, and sometimes you'll meet people and that don't might not have your best interests in mind, um, or you might have met people in the past and then you're like, oh, well, they seem like they'd be a good person to be in your circle. And then you do your research and find out that they're doing all these bad things and they're not dedicated, they're going down the wrong path, or they're struggling in some way. And you can tell, I mean, you can see it on social media, like how the way people talk, or if they're posting just negative things or negative images, um, or, you know, so you can just get a clue on what that person is like and what their lifestyle is like. And you definitely, and it's like, okay, well, certain certain people, God will open that door, and it's just for a season. Some people will come into your life, and you'll be there with them and have the best of times, and then won't see them for a long time, a few months, 6 months, a year or so, and then you can reconnect with, and you're like, oh, hey, you want to hang out, do something together that's fun and that's positive. And then there's other people that stay in your life all the time, and they constantly want to connect with you and build a relationship with you and always want to know what's going on in your life. So it's very, you have different people, and some you might meet just for a day and never see them again. Or I've had a person that I've met and hung out with, and I would run into them so many times. Or like I would be in places in the city and then like run into them, and sometimes people can talk and be open and extroverted, and some people are more introverted. So it just depends on the person. Um, and also, I want to touch on um, relationships too, um, with friends. Also, good advice is um, you want to make sure that they're positive and they're not wanting to um, they're not wanting to be negative towards you or say inappropriate or bad things like that are kind of TMI, and and run into those situations. and that are just only wanting to talk about, different things that isn't who you are. So you want to make sure that you have friends, or uh, even if it's just a few friends that are on the same level as you and that aren't going to pressure you to do anything that you don't want to do. Um, and that they aren't bad influences, or that just um, that aren't on the same page, and you know it, they're you want to have quality conversations, and not just like, I'm not even gonna put out examples because I don't even want to even say, but you just have to pray about having the right people show up in your life, and that aren't going to lead you in the wrong direction, and that are gonna be supportive and helpful, and yeah. So that's a good thing. When I say relationships, I mean friendships. Just, and I want to remain on a friendship level and take the time to get to know them for a long time, because you have a lot of time if you really think about it. I mean, time flies fast, but you do have a lot of time to get to know people, and even your friends on social media. It's like, if you really want to make the time to get to know someone, just go on their profile and see see what they're doing, and like how they are and what activities they're involved in, and you're gonna get an idea most of the time, like how a person is and what they're all about. So I'm very grateful. I'm very blessed, and I'm so grateful that I have so many church activities that take up most of my time, and I can't wait to get as much training as I can and travel, and also work in the film industry. So I'm looking forward to that. And whatever you're doing is, do as much research as you can about it. And sometimes you have different interests, like many interests. Like it might be art, it might be computers, it might be um, it might be acting, it might be like ministering to people, it might be working with kids. So you definitely want to do your research and find programs or classes. The free ones are the best ones to go to, if you can. And even look up people that are coaches or mentors, um, that can provide teachings and classes for you for free. I mean, some people do it over the phone, some people do it over Skype, some people do it over Facebook, do video chat, and some people, like, they want you to meet them in person or go to their studio or their class and get involved. And then there's online classes too. So if you have a dream and a goal, like, don't just let it sit at the wayside and not water it. Or if God's giving you a dream, then you should go for it. He's giving you those dreams for a reason, and everyone has a purpose, and there's only going to be one of you, and not you're not every person in this world isn't going to have the same experience. They might have similar stories, yes, and parallel lives, but it's not going to be the exact where it's like, okay, I was at this place at this time, and this person was with this person at this time, and this is what happened. So not everyone is going to be there at every single second of what you're doing in your life. So that's why it's important to be close to God, have a relationship with God, read the Bible, pray, and have a support team that believes in you, supports you, and what I do, that's what I do. Is I pray, read the Bible. I go online, have support groups, and then I also go to church all the time, and that's very fun for me. So it's very exciting, and I keep busy with that. And in my free time, I'm just studying, learning, training, being coached. So mentored, counseled, any area that you can think of. Um, reading books, reading articles. That's what I do. And you want to stay on top of your game and do what you love and also be wise and don't hesitate because that one opportunity that could come up and you're just like, well, I don't know because of this experience that have happened, or I don't know because, I think this person has a different opinion of mine and I'm not going to do it. Well, then how are you supposed to grow if you don't try anything? So just try and do your best. And this series is going to be interesting. I'm just going to be telling it like it is and just being more um, being more passionate and showing what I do and what I've learned so far in the second series. And like I said in the last series, it was more about getting to know who I am and just seeing I do, um, what I do, and touching base. And yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope everyone that's watching, that you're doing great, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not doing a good job or that you're doing well. Just, you know, ignore it and just fill your mind up with positive things and what the word tells you and just pray for that person. So I hope you have a great day, and if you'd love to stay tuned to more videos, I'll create more videos. And also I'm learning and growing too each day. So as I make more videos, I'm becoming more expressive and have so much more to say. And so you just have to stay tuned to hear more. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. So have a great day and subscribe. You can like, comment, message me. Just make sure it's appropriate and it's something that you know is going to be a positive thing in your life and you feel that you want to grow as a better person. So that's totally up to you. So have a good day and peace and love to everyone and God bless.